Atletico Madrid for this day, Álvarez, Odeyenka, Uchi Mutai, Odeyenka. Yesterday, I'm reported was say, and then D-Day Julián Álvarez, and then Diego Pablo Simeone, Ebedin Como, because already know, now I wasn't coming on Monday, but unfortunately, Álvarez reported to training no, or by Diego Pablo Simeone. Angel Gilmarin, and Eric Sirenzo, no Mabella, and 20 million men didn't come up. And then now, or Sir Barça commit my train no men didn't come up. After so, they said, Joe Diaz Barnopa, Ariano, so Fernando Hidalgo, Eba, Wama Metu Emubia. So it was expected, said, the most anticipated Julián Álvarez day, no, and only Diego Pablo Simeone, Ebedi and Como, and there were a lot of journalists around Atletico training grounds. No, Omupe feed Eddie Abba. Gerard Muna no mu here Juma. Álvarez returning to training in there or training like a professional in there. But interestingly, Julián Álvarez look isolated. Omo training no training home. Time no money physical training and aiding command. Álvarez at tin wujira baby. Why slow ni bofu eno jira one no. Oni Diego Pablo Simeone in command no. Reports are Álvarez and command echekaka na before on command him kakra. Even after training in there no, Julián Álvarez everywhere washroom say okwa shower no. Obano eno jai shower no esi so opie no ena yeso car where do let them deal with it. It the Julián Álvarez no the bofu papa opese club Atletico Madrid for no eto no enti ababa have ever more details about Julián Álvarez do no they also the type of conversations are Julián Álvarez and Diego Pablo Simeone no already so Arsenal for show interest in Koundé. There's an interest from Arsenal on Koundé. And I feel so Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa game no you better won't come back crazy. And Oko, that's the side of FC Barcelona Biema. Magbana no. It seems to say FC Barcelona for no. And the agents didn't come up. You didn't come up from where they say Magbana might go out of FC Barcelona, and as a Barcelona for some extending the contract, and the FC Barcelona players be reported to training. There was Lamine Yamal about training, Pedri Ebaye, Dani Olmo Ebaye. Yes, time I know Mobano. It was very interesting. Fans no chomo. Yebedi and also come on. Now I feel so Enzo Fernandez. Yes, Enzo Fernandez. There's update on Enzo Fernandez one because the guy blew out that Chelsea Enzo Fernandez in term after there was an interest from Real Madrid. Later Madrid back clarify say with the relationship with money Chelsea in term there, they are not ready so me pursue for Enzo Fernandez. Yebedi and also come on ya chile team right now interested in Enzo. Green light now Enzo Diamano. Yebedi come I am Mr. Marvel Football. Making sure so obey like it, no subscribe, and now there to post notification. So I drop a content you be the first person I will be view. Julián Álvarez on. I get it interesting in there. Because then you saw only Diego Pablo Simeone have a conversation. Now, conversation on my being no. Yes, it was clear. Álvarez actually desire say Atletico Madrid no ultimate to us be. And he said Diego Pablo Simeone no. Actually, mutremu say next season omo a part of our plans are. Omo inform mutrem because ono Álvarez ne part there. Next season club Atletico Madrid no. Only who Atletico Madrid shirt in him. But everything he is doing right now no, he's behaving more like a professional because on pay situation now or by quality training because in as much say Álvarez no. Up FC Barcelona no or say Jane does development as a player because player they want training and to also be affected or performance so Álvarez who training like a professional so be wait be in a good moment and as a good shape in the season no and until OSR no and to say club Atletico Madrid for no omunti agents no now at least omun negotiative club or beba which is FC Barcelona. But after the conversation no there was no response. A free Diego Pablo Simeone reports say response be a man free Diego Pablo Simeone honum. And to date, you need me a summer Simeone ekaye. Where does Simeone refer to contract now and then a name no say or 4-year contract with Atletico Madrid. Gilmarin and Baba Bedin come say or counter Julián Álvarez, they are not ready to sell or a part of the project or the leader of the project into a mountain. That one there, Diego Pablo Simeone and Casa no. We are yet to know what exactly now Diego Pablo Simeone account. But before training, no conversation also between Julián Álvarez and that's Diego Pablo Simeone concerning the deal, no, the future our club Atletico Madrid. And someone might ask say, Julián Álvarez, at this stage, transfer window, I got almost 2 weeks. Not transfer window now over. because 1st September I expect to say every club here be in the transfer, and the FC Barcelona be to complete it during the next 2 weeks. And now that's the general question, and people will be able to say even if there is a green light from Atletico Madrid, can FC Barcelona complete the deal in the next 2 weeks? And now that's the question I echo. So but me and Command Media and say Julián Álvarez agents right now omo taking measures be so omo say Julián Álvarez Atletico Madrid for the twice insist say we are not going to sell her. Either say omo report to mama Royal Football Federation Spanish Football in La Liga, and now say omo beko CAS, that's Court of Arbitration for Sports, no beko report Álvarez. Now the main reason why besom report Atletico Madrid say and they say one omo tie player and fan with you, so the man who tie player and fan with you say one omo njin to mu say omo the player ni be din komo. Because only obi here juma na ninji bibia ho a or every right to say on over trust edin come on watch echu say this and the Atletico Madrid for na say Julián Álvarez agents if really say Atletico Madrid for 88 player na fan hu die so omo man chance any nin come ema na come mon card o pen kire omo into omo report omo say Atletico Madrid for no continue insist say omo ni omo nye meeting bia na omo report omo. And La Liga aspect in also either say or make La Liga na ya check that's the player value because say the 500 million already and yet the actual value of Julián Álvarez our transfer market. But the thing is artificial barrier and not the FC Barcelona or the 1 billion Ashe Pedri contract mu or the 1 billion Ashe Lamine Yamal mu artificial barrier. So the moment you come no catch us say this is a release clause, go and pay. Well, this 1 billion there, an unrealistic price, club bid you have for a player. So definitely over home. So the 500 million is also a artificial barrier. So the actual that's market value of Julián Álvarez, and only one it will make La Liga office. Now acquire deduction, any addition. Now after that, yet the true market value now Bania catch FC Barcelona say, on my SS can offer player So these are the measures are on taking already. But in the meeting now, of course, was between Diego Pablo Simeone, strictly Diego Pablo Simeone and Julián Álvarez before training. After training, you see Julián Álvarez F2 in the car and Oko. And to our corner, Uja tap in this season or say Atletico Madrid for new issue in the kakra. Because ni bofu. 10 years, Munsio, move to water bills, beha. It's oh, just the kakra. Now, Rodri, update about Rodri. You see, FC Barcelona for now prepare second bid at the court. City 4 initially rejected first bid last week. Second bid now air corner from major stores like Fernando Polo. Almost a 60 million package in the FC Barcelona at the court. Barca for expected say by the close of this week, and I say before Friday, Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante will report to Manchester. But about baby, about FC Barcelona, and the medical test, now at the end of the day, about FC Barcelona a player. The valuable say remaining, that's installment plan, because FC Barcelona for I'm bet 65 million or 60 million, cash down because that affects you in terms of financial fair play, and don't so much. But City for no trust issues with FC Barcelona because only Eric Garcia Sicano et take 1,000 of Barcelona each year. Even Ferran Torres till this Cano Muntia, I'm even FC Barcelona Cotton, Paris Saint-Germain right now. And City for no trust issues when it comes to amortization and no any delay deal, any valuation delay deal right now. But I expect to say within the next few days, BBA finalized. There was an interest from Napoli, but reports the free media no about it say Napoli reports and I say interest in Napoli about concerning Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante was a calculated attempt City for Messi bidding one banner FC Barcelona etia ebono mecha to 80 million there's no real interest from Napoli. And the funniest thing is that Napoli for an Casano Crano obi to say Bano Badiashir ni loan deal 3 million timintia. Now how much more on Baba to Rodri 80 million? It's Napoli Diano and Kahumbi Kra. And Ferran Torres, FC Barcelona for na catch and say hello I'm not trading and or finalizing the deal no Paris Saint-Germain. Don't the green line so on to go Paris and go a medical test now from an official Paris Saint-Germain player. So Ferran Torres every FC Barcelona after spending closer to 5 years FC Barcelona FC Barcelona fan. How will you rate the sign of Ferran Torres? Say Ferran Torres by or perform me and also one perform me. Barcelona ube rate Ferran Torres performance and they say meme pa de Ferran die Me rate 6.5 out of 10. Performance ne gidi bi at least or contributing something. Sometimes we be free bench or baba be go. It make a lot of sense. Antiferan no, and so I want them no. Now, there is interest from Arsenal concerning Jules Koundé. Only say Arsenal for no. So Osha Arsenal set up Nima. The only right backer right now no. Juro Timber. With Timber no. Se Timber process here. And sometimes hen campy and then no kwakwa bono. Enti problem in na kwakwa say Arsenal for no airpet. There's a competition to Julián Timber. It will more consider the sign of Jules Koundé FC Barcelona for no. Now, Jules Koundé any untouchable of Barcelona. Barcelona Jules Koundé obeton. That's the fact. When you Koundé obeton. Koundé nya Barca obeste. But also you open say bedi biaba na lucrative offer. Na ya above FC Barcelona sika no the man on so. Also be call. And right now no both Jules Koundé and FC Barcelona, they are in a dilemma. What does it Koundé no? On stay with Barcelona and now say Uncle Arsenal no Kobo. So this is what is going on. By the genuine interest a free Arsenal for Jules Koundé. And even the offer no are closer to 60 million. And the Arsenal for some told Jules Koundé closer to 60 million. And the Barcelona for valuation is 65 million. And the I deja one side. And I feel so caught the side of Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa and the UEFA Super Cup. UEFA Super Cup final. Football is finally back. Now, the most interesting thing about the UEFA Super Cup ni na ni say. Obiano went to so 3 times in a row that. Even Real Madrid ain't mean yes hard that. Real Madrid only 3 repeat, you know. UEFA Super Cup or back to back. The 3rd time now say called Germany 3 repeat, you know. And that's Club Atletico Madrid. Now, Paris Saint-Germain will have the opportunity to equal Real Madrid record, no. Now, even before that, no, and Komal Luis Enrique need players need here now. They say, open Tima Europe will make history in the modern era of the UCL. Why do you have to 3 times in a row? And Real Madrid unprecedented. ABC that in the modern era of the UCL. Real Madrid now they have the opportunity to say, Omejime equal that record, no. And 20 players need in come say this is their mission for the season. Say win Champions League, no, the 3rd time in a row. No me equal Madrid record, no. So Luis Enrique and Emrantia, no, aim in say they have to win the UCL 3rd time in a row. It's I shall say tonight. The preparation, no, I shall say against Aston Villa tonight. But tactical aspect of the game, it won't be that detailed. But the truth is, Aston Villa Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain side in terms of attack, there's a lot of dynamism in attack because I'm in the first 9 system. And I feel also Oba dance on my midfield now. It's more rotational because me didn't come on and me say. So Oba against Paris Saint-Germain and the main reason why Vitinha and Julián at the World Cup romantic me money say Oba Paris Saint-Germain midfielder, the first line of receiver is not always Vitinha. Julián to me here. Vitinha to me here. Even Fabian Ruiz about advanced area drop it deep. So their midfield is more rotational. Sometimes on more attack here. The triangular shape, no, a inverted triangle, no, where the tip will be Vitinha, and that's João Neves and Fabian Ruiz who occupy the half spaces. Sometimes two bones say João Neves are drop it. Now very regular triangle, no, base, you know, Fabian Ruiz by tip of the triangle in terms of attack. Now after Dembele mo occupy the half spaces. So there's a lot of dynamism of Paris Saint-Germain team. So if you don't take care of it, stretch out. In terms of intensity, just Paris Saint-Germain side, or more in terms of intensity. And the club now we share Paris Saint-Germain. Can use it from minute 1. A total pressing. That's pressing football. You push your line very high. You continue. You ball. No. They don't circulate the ball for a long period of time. Although some are possessive based football and on mobile. But they don't circulate the ball for a long period of time. Omoje ball now, a directness. Ball no yam money kakra. Yam money 1, 2, 3, 4 passes. Ne do pom. There's Ousmane Dembele, Kivija Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doué, even Bradley Barcola and doing finalize, Obe join it. That's Super Cup, and it's a bit getting interesting. And then to Aston Villa, you should be prepared for this type of Paris Saint-Germain team. The side of Aston Villa, Unai Emery, say a pragmatic coach. Yes, or no, believing in ideas like Luis Enrique, they be sticking to the ideas, no. Yes. On our opponents biana or adapt it into opponents, opponents to obesity deep or control transitions. Now at the end of the day, what to me AP2, that's the tactics of Unai Emery. And in terms of ball circulation, Aston Villa tima on backline in terms of the ball, they are too comfortable with it. And I know that Paris Saint-Germain will be targeting their centre backs, because as we concern, on a very bad though. But in terms of the ball, sometimes we look shaky under pressure. It's Paris Saint-Germain for the better get you. So if you are Aston Villa, what should you do? Say that you are to Paris Saint-Germain for no. Chelsea did similar thing on Club World Cup because in a one-off competition like this, it's based on your decision making. And I bet you say whether so you can succeed or you can succeed. So they make an So Chelsea for no, MBK. That's one thing about the Club World Cup by occupying spaces at Paris Saint-Germain for the Jatu because of the type of football mobile, the ultra attacking football, they concede a lot of chances. So they were players who were positioned in traps, always there was Rob Sanchez, not or Bob Boss into channels. And the Kokoma, these type of players, So 3 passes, some long pass, Ebaba Chelsea for no, then they will find ways and means, to convert those chances. And to go against Paris Saint-Germain, I expect it's only the Kopioma Bebe. Because the moment on baby it's more advantageous to Paris Saint-Germain for no. And so to me, we are Aston Villa, you should be careful, sit deep, control transitions, set traps in the zones. Paris Saint-Germain for major spaces after 2-1 because attacking Diego Simeone Eka say the team that attacks better. Very weak in terms of defense. And because Paris for I'm attacking very better in terms of defense, deficiency kakra Ashraf Hakimi, onye all in all out defender. Nuno Mendes all in all out defender. Marquinhos is not comfortable with the ball. Although Pachu comfortable with the ball though. But so many PR, just spaces to match. So you just have to get into channels. Now wait me, I hate you. So these are major stories that are in the world of football. Paris Saint-Germain. Interesting Ferran Torres, that's the Super Cup now. Julián Álvarez updates the meeting with Diego Pablo Simeone, making sure somebody like it was subscribing, there to post notifications. So I drop a content, be the first person to view. I'm out.